Greetings and welcome back to Malolek Plays, the greatest Let's Play series you'll find on the Malolek Wizard YouTube channel. See what I did there? We are playing again some more Robothorium. It's a great game. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it as much as I am. The plot twists, the politics, all of that is really, I'm really getting into this. I've got to admit, it's a game that I was like, I'll play a few episodes, you know, and then I'm now fully entrenched. I'm recording sort of like 3, 4, 5 episodes in a day because it's just one of those games where once you start playing it, you kind of have to know like where it's going from here. So you know what, without further ado, let's keep going. I did all of my hangar stuff last time, so we got all our equipment done. I don't think there was anything particularly interesting in there. We do have, remember, these new styles of missions which allow us to put certain robots in there when we don't need them so much. I believe we were going to switch out so we're going to be doing a boss fight this time, another boss fight. We're going to switch this guy in instead of, and I believe it's instead of, I think it's going to be instead of Mr. Shieldy Man. Actually, it might be even Ladybot. Try to remember which one did the least. I think the Ladybot was kind of, but she's quite useful for buffing them up and getting them damaged. So I'm going to put him in there instead of our, instead of me, unfortunately, because I can quite see that that's not the most useful. Having said that, maybe instead of our clear the tides. Maybe it's time for our Warbot to take a back seat for a little bit. Don't feel too bad for the Warbot. We will be bringing the Warbot back. It's okay. Don't cry. Don't cry. Stop crying your heart out. Let's find out if there's a one for the Warbot here. Warbot, that one, there we go. Act and send in the Warbot. Level 8 with a 79% chance of success. I don't actually know what happens if you fail it. I hope nothing too bad. One of these was to do a big fight, wasn't it? John was standing next to a blonde woman. Who is she? Nope, we don't need that one. Was it this one? Sphere Alfie is coming our way with a huge smile on her face. Oh, maybe it was one of the standard one of these, which was to do a destroy the cyberglass. That's what we want to do. Level 8, destroy the... Ooh, okay, we've got damaged robots. Let's go back to the hangar and make sure they're all fixed. I don't remember any of them being... Oh, did our repair bot must have taken some damage? It's fine, he's nice and cheap to repair. But that's kind of a shame. Oh, I'm quite glad that the guard bot I keep saying is basically me IRL is literally British. It's the British robot. I feel like... Well done, Goblins. You have encapsulated the British personality so well. Right, this was destroy the cyberglass. Let's go and destroy the cyberglass then. We'll start, I think, once we've got a little bit more gold, we're going to start putting in some more. Here we go, 2 cyberglass. I believe they're different each time, I think it said as well, didn't it? So they might actually have different abilities on them. That's definitely not what happened the first time. And these are really different from what we've seen before, so that's new. This one's got radioactive emissions, damage increased by 10% on enemies affected by cyberglass scan. Doesn't the cyberglass scan already do that anyway? Anti-corrosive armor, shield battery. Yep, we've got anti-corrosion armor. We've got flex steel, double glazing, reflects 20% damage taken. So I think we should take out this guy first. Let's reduce his resistance and just completely... Oh, we can power slap both of them. Did not realize that was a thing. That's pretty goddamn useful. Let's go with a scan on you. I think he's gonna be the one to take out first, because if he's not reflecting damage, then we've got slightly more of a chance of being able to kill him without killing ourselves first. Whereas attacking the one that's reflecting our damage, definitely not gonna be our best plan. So let's go and just try and shoot him down first. I feel like this guy's going down a little bit easier than the last lot we did. There we go. Look at all these Neo converters we've got. Oh, and beautiful. We've got Thorium Arc, damage reflection. Not a bad way to start with our buffs, I'm not gonna lie to you. Which one of these is AP? One of these is an AP round, isn't it? Ignores the resistance by an additional 50%. Deals 212 damage to an enemy. Okay, so that was it. This one's actually a reduced resistance. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So it's got different stuff. So we can increase chances to crit. We can increase, or we can go with supersonic ammo. This gun actually looks the same as the other guy we've got over there. We've got another one with a rifle shot that looks like this. I think we should go for an armor-piercing round, if I'm honest. 297, 0 resistance going in there. We could go and heal you, or we could go and reduce the damage they take. I think that might be actually probably a pretty good idea to reduce the frontline damage taking. We could now. Let's go with conversion on there, which means when they're getting healed, they're also doing a little bit more good stuff on there. We're really going to need to try and use his basic attack next round, but it's fine. It's fine. There we go. Look at all this thorium mark. If we can get our repair drones ultimate ability out, that's going to be very useful. Let's try and make them fuel leak. We've got Chant and Thorio focused on there. He's taking a little bit of damage from the reflection on this guy. Not pleasant, but doable. Oh no, he's overloaded our Zerker. That's not good. That's our armor penetrating rounds gone right there. try and add some passive cooling on there. We've almost gone through about half of this guy's shields, I think. Yeah, something like that. Got another, like, sort of 500 shield damage to do, and we'll go through half of them, which is about another round. I think this is going better than last time. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a little bit more worrying, because these guys are doing a hell of a lot more than the last lot did in terms of debuffs, but I don't think they're doing as much flat damage. I certainly think trying to destroy the Cyber Goliath here is going to be quite a hard one, if I'm honest. Keep him charmed up. We want to keep the damage flowing on him. And I reckon we're going to go and try and apply weak spot to him when we can, because we've got our Zerker here, who's going to be a much more useful one for doing the... if we can get crit strikes on this guy a lot, then that's going to be very useful, although he's just being completely reaved of his health bar, isn't he? Look at this. There we go. Weak spot's been applied, which means we've got more chance of critting. Let's go and regen his shielding quickly. Stick cooling on the front line, because otherwise these guys are in trouble. Immaterial barrier straight down. That's not bad. Didn't know that was a thing. I did not know that was a thing. Right, there we go. A little bit more damage coming down here. We kind of want him to be the one taking the damage, really, because if he can lose his shielding a little bit, then his ult does more damage. But at the same time, I don't really want to force him to lose shielding, because his ult's not up, and I just don't like intentionally damaging my units, if I'm honest. Having said that, this nice crit strike chance going down here is going to be extremely useful, I'm thinking. What do we do? Recharm? I think we recharm him. His shielding definitely is down to about, I think, the 25% mark, something like that. It's about a third, so about the 33% mark, which is not bad considering it regens every turn. We are managing to do a fair amount of damage. He's taking no damage, but he is also, in fact, he's taken some actual HP damage, which I'm wondering if that's what the, I'm trying to work out where he's taken actual full, like, structural damage from. Might as well do enhanced regeneration on all these guys. That's not bad. Is that the entire line that just picked that up? And that was one of the buffs we got, is that he can apply that to the whole line, which is not bad to give him a little bit more chance to regen their health. Let's go for another supersonic round. Hypersonic ammo. Nicely done. Nicely done. Robothorium, focus him. Give him a little bit more damage from us. And indeed, reduced healing. Not bad. I think that's where a lot of our damage is now coming out, is from the reduced healing. Did we just overload both of them? Yes, we did! This is just gonna be some free shots right now, then. That's not bad. Oh, and that was a crit. I think you can tell the yellow shots, I believe, are crit strikes. So, if you see yellow, it's probably what's going on here. This is not bad. This is not bad at all. And with all the shielding and stuff we're getting from them being charmed, and with her buffs on them as well, not bad at all. Recharm him to make sure that stays as a thing, because all the time these guys are getting healed, they're also getting a chance to get a random buff like Thorium marked, which means they can deal 20%, take 20% less damage. And if we can Thorium mark the enemies, I don't think it's got a different name, like Thoria weakness or something, I don't know. Thoria focused, sorry. Which means we're able to focus them, then they will also start doing a little bit, we'll start doing a little more damage to them. Let's go for another weak spot, try and make crit strikes more likely to happen, because we're very close to getting him down. Right, let's go for a conversion on these guys. I've forgotten to do that. She's overloaded, but we knew that was coming. Now we're on to full structural damage, and that's what I like. See, Quantum Bond is increased. Should be regenerated by 20% of heals received by allies in the same line. That is really quite useful. What's this do? Reduced regeneration and Thoria marked. Damage deflection shot also has 100% chance to apply reduced regeneration. Okay, so that would just be I think they've already got reduced regeneration, don't they? That's reduced heals, not necessarily reduced regeneration. So if we can do that, we can take off a lot of their stuff. There we go, and that's actually managed to give a load of buffs to us. What does this do? Deals 194 damage to an enemy and bounces on all other enemies. Automatically lands critical hit on enemies slower than the launcher, which I think these guys must be. Let's try and do it. Oh, beautiful. That's not bad. It has overloaded him, but I'm willing to take that as a given. That's not a bad way to do some damage. If we use this, we can regen all their shields and give them some buffs. There it is. That was more of a thing for doing for fun. Right, what can we protect here? I don't think we actually need to protect anyone. Let's keep shooting them down. So we can start doing, yes, that's what we need. 103 damage there, a little bit more. He's got full shield, so it's not going to actually do any damage. 1 damage it would do. The shame, actually, I don't have a way of forcing him to lose his shielding first, but, I mean, we just need them to focus him a little bit. I don't think there's a way of making him be the target, but if there is, we might actually want that, because we can make him lose some more shield, then he's going to be a little bit more useful, I think it's safe to say. No one really needs extra shielding, so I think just gunning these down at the back. Not the worst plan. Let's try and make them more likely to zap themselves. There we go, mesmerized. I probably should also be focusing on the fact that although they can't take... Ooh, that would actually be a little bit of damage going in there. It's the most damage we've ever seen it coming out of this guy, so we might as well try it. And actually critting him, not bad, 158, little bit extra in there. It's not amazing, but it's certainly nothing to be sniffed at. Let's go for another hypersonic round, which... Ooh, with the crit as well, almost 400 down. It's like 3 shots worth from his basic attack. And we'll just take his shield down nicely. Gonna charm him again because we haven't charmed him in a while, and I think that's where we went wrong last time. Last episode, or the episode before, I think that might have been actually, is that we were actually ending up forcing, forgetting to charm him, which meant we thought we were healing, we weren't. But yeah, let's go for it. Go with this one as well, or do we start attacking? I think we just got to keep focusing. Sometimes I try to split focus. I think with these guys, because they've got such high regeneration, we want to avoid doing stuff like that where possible, and just go straight for the jugular and attack whoever's closest to dying. We'll weaken him as well with some Thorio focused, reduced heals. Nicely done. Stick some cooling on the front line because they're starting to get a little bit toasty at the moment. I think that's probably going to be to our detriment. He's not good enough to do that. We're just going to have to gun him down, reduce some more. That's better. Reduce the cooler, reduce the overheating by a little bit more. Neo-converting on him, nice and easy. We're getting all our shields back. We're doing all the damage we can. The Cyber Goliaths are definitely something to be watching. So if you are picking up this game and you're thinking, oh, Cyber Goliaths, that sounds easy. Why you'd think that, I'm not fully sure, because as long as you've read the description, you'll know exactly what you're facing and you'll know that they're scary. But if you are one of the fools like me who just didn't really bother to read and thought that was going to be an easy chance, you're wrong. And you need to be careful that you've got enough of the right types of robots. You need the single target robots, really. Group attacks are completely useless against these things because group attacks tend to do less damage, obviously because they're doing more damage overall, but less damage to an individual. But when they've got this much healing, you're going to really be struggling if you haven't been able to spec up and just do a little bit more to them individually, because as you can see here, it's becoming quite fraught. Even when I am individually attacking them, they're still doing a crap ton of damage, so it's really worth just focusing, making sure that you've got enough to do that. I'm going for corrosion now. Didn't expect that to go on him. I was hoping it would go on him. I was only doing that because I wanted to see how little damage it does when they've got the reduction, because I've been avoiding using it because they've got reduced corrosion damage, but I'm not sure it's actually going to do that much to them, if I'm honest. Oh, he's going to overheat, isn't he? These guys are very good at reducing our overall ability to do anything with that. Having said that, they've not even got weak spot. I don't know why we're doing so many crits, but we are getting a lot of crits out now, so I think we should have to go another cooling round on these guys. There we go. We've got to keep his cooling down because he's overheating a lot, so I think we need to try and reduce him down to 0 where possible. Almost as Cyber Goliath is down. It's got 300 health left. It is going to start regenerating some of its shields, although we have reduced its heals, so it's only getting 180 shields, so I think we're going to be having another 2 rounds I'm giving. I'm calling it at 2 rounds, unless this crits. Doesn't crit, but it does do a lot of damage, bringing that to 300 health, so yeah, it looks like it's going to be another round after this one, unless, of course, we can do Charm on this, which will do some damage. We might actually be able to kill him this round. I think we can do this. Oh, and beautifully done. There he goes. He's down. It's now time to focus someone who's going to keep damaging us when we attack him. This is going to be a very awkward shot. And we've got enhanced criticals, and I believe we can do weak spot on this guy, which means that we're not only getting more criticals from him having enhanced. I'm guessing enhanced crits means chance rather than crit, increased by 25%. Critical hit efficiency increased by... Yes, so we got the... it looks like actually the damage dealt as well is higher. So we've got higher damage, more chance to hit, and indeed more chance to hit on top of that from the critical weak spot that we've identified in this Cyber Goliath. Which I think is going to be beautiful, if I'm honest. And it is nice that he's reflecting some of the damage onto us, but at the same time, we're able to put out a lot of damage onto him. 249 damage is ridiculous! And of course, he regens 100% at the moment because he's got 10 stacks of Neo Conversion. He regenerates 100% of the damage he deals as shields, which is crazy. Still don't know why this guy's taking some damage. Yeah, reflects 20% damage taken, so we really do need to keep up the giving shields to everyone around here, because as long as we're not doing, like, massive damage to him in one hit, we can regen the damage that we've taken quite easily. I'm going to go for stalking him, overload him a little bit. It's not going to do too much at this point, but it's okay. And yeah, so I think he's dealing, like, if he's dealing 20% and we're doing 100 damage, of course, that's 20 damage. Of course, we're regenning 10% of that as, 50% taken, it even regenerates the shield of all enemies. I see, and stalked is 20% onto the... Okay, so literally, the stalked means that his damage doesn't do anything, because it's 20% of our damage that we're also getting back as heals. And then we're getting even more shields back because we've got him charmed, which is 50% evenly distributed. So, whatever way we look at it, it's going well for us, I think it's safe to say. Let's just regen his shields, because he's getting a little bit on the low side. Stick some cooling on the front line again, because he's getting a lot of overload rammed into him, and it's not being a pleasant way to run it. So I think, I mean, he's got his power to make them focus him. I'm not sure how good the power of focusing is. I think against a large group of enemies, that's great, especially if you've got low people. But because we've got, oh yes, this is going to overload him, but it's going to be worth it because he's going to do a guaranteed crit, I believe. Yep, there we go, because everyone's slower than him because he's a massively faster guy. Doesn't seem to use any of his overload, actually, so that's actually pretty good. Let's Thorio focus him a little bit. Give us a little bit more damage. I reckon we go on the Charm offensive as well. Keep him taking the damage we need him to, and gun him down nice and simple. Neo Conversion means he's not going to lose his shields at this point. Our guard unit, we really could afford... And it wasn't the guard unit I sent out, was it? It was the war unit, so I didn't send the British unit out. I think I've sent the British unit out, so just now I've realized, wait a minute, that's not what's going on here at all. We'll weaken him a lot. We're going to put some cooling on the back line, which gives these guys a little bit of a chance to do something. It says enhanced speed for no reason. Just because. 193... You know what? He's lost some shielding. We might as well give it a go. 152 damage. It's not a lot, but I mean, it's at least a little bit more than a basic attack. So it's just the Cyber Goliaths are definitely a case of slogging it out and trying to damage them as much as possible. There's no quick fix to just kill him in one. You have to keep going, and eventually you'll get down to a point where it's gonna work. Mesmerizing him, he's got 50% chance to shoot himself, which I wonder if that means he's going to reflect the damage back onto himself. I hope so. I'm going to assume not, but you never know. I was going to say, it looked like he had his ult up again there, but I was like, it's definitely not got that up, surely, in one turn. Unless I've missed a buff or something. And yes, he's just Cyber Goliath scanned himself. Meaning, damage taken increased by 10%. Oh, so we can do 20% extra damage to him, I think that is. I'll stick a weak spot on him again, I think. Thorio focus with reduced heals again. We're just gonna have to keep, like, slogging it out. That's what I keep trying to say. Slog it out. See what happens. Cooling down on you. Gets a little bit of cooling to her anyway, so she's gonna get a nice one of there. Oh, we're giving him weak spot again, unfortunately. We had to do fuel leak just to see. Didn't work. Unfortunately, we don't actually think we did enough damage that round to, done anything useful. Actually, no, I think we did, maybe. Let's just get the cooling sorted out. And yes, the crit strikes are landing thick and fast now. That's not a bad way to be going. Right, charm him again, so we're getting even more shields out. Nicely done. Yeah, definitely managing your overload is an important thing to consider in this. Because the Cyber Goliaths, with all their powers to overload and the fact you can't kill them quickly, you really do have to... Although some shots might be the better choice, it's not worth it when you're getting all of this extra debuff going down. Having said that, reduced resistances, not a bad way to go. And indeed, a lot of the other things we've got going down here are very, very useful. Very easy to try and kill him. And I really think sticking our new Zerker in here is one of the only reasons we're not taking a lot more damage this, because it's just so useful to give him the reduced weaknesses and the weak spot. I'd say the weak spot is one of the most useful things we've been doing to him, because it's just allowing all the crits, which is about double damage, I think, is how crits work in this game. Sometimes they work different in games, but I think this one's a double damage style crit. And it's just... it's doing so much work, because it basically means, like, where you'd usually be able to, once you got the shield down, you take the shield out in one hit. You're now taking the shield out and doing some damage equal to the amount you've just taken the shield out for in one hit. So much more useful. Is this guy dead? He's not, but he basically is. He's overloaded himself, so easy kill. We're going to kill him with that. A critical strike from our Zerka, just to illustrate my point wonderfully. What have we picked up here? The Slap Duet. Overload reduced when using a basic attack, increased by 10%. It's a mythic one, and that's for our Ladybot, isn't it? Not bad, not bad. Special components. We've got a, what is this? The mask or whatever. Accessory, so really quite useful, actually, I think. We've already got a mythic accessory for our that we've used, but I'll take that. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, we got a couple of level 9s springing out here with some extra guns here. I don't think it's actually that amazing, if I'm honest, for weapons, but not bad at all. Don't know what's for the Zerka. That's a new head for the Zerka, but I think we've given him a real nice head. But anyway, that is the latest episode of Robothorium. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to go and check us out down in the description. You can go and find Twitch and Twitter and Discord and all the other fun stuff you might like to do. Don't forget to like, comment, and summon up that notification bell with your magical powers, my newest apprentice. I'll see you all very soon. Thank you very much, and goodbye.